Find the total float of activity C. In this problem, we are provided a table of activities, durations, and predecessor activities. After escrow, the new homeowners can begin work on their patio, painting their walls, and finishing their plumbing. Once the painting and plumbing are complete, the carpet work can begin. And once the patio and carpeting are done, the housewarming party can take place. The housewarming party is scheduled to be 66 units of time in the future. So, we'll assign a 1 to the early start of activity A, and we'll assign a 66 to the late start of activity F. Using the contingencies listed in the activity table, we'll sketch out a network diagram for the schedule, which begins with escrow, activity A, and ends with party, activity F. The problem states the early start of activity A equals 1, and the late start of activity F equals 66. The problem also provides the durations of all 6 activities, which are entered in the diagram as well. The problem asks to find the total float of activity C, painting. The total float of an activity equals the late finish of an activity minus the early finish of that same activity, which is the same as the late start of an activity minus the early start of that same activity. So we need to determine either the early start and late start of activity C, or the early finish and late finish of activity C. We'll begin solving the network by computing the early finish of escrow, which equals the early start plus the duration, which is 31. This means the early start on work on the patio, painting, and plumbing can begin as early as 31. To compute the early finish of these 3 activities, we'll add the early start to the duration, and the early starts equal 56, 44, and 49 for the patio, paint, and plumbing, respectively. Since we know the late start of the party, activity F, equals 66, we don't need to finish the forward pass to begin the backward pass. And since we're only interested in the values of activity C, the paint work, we'll only trace backwards in that direction. The latest the carpet work can finish is 66, because the carpeting must be done by the time the party begins. The latest the carpeting work can begin equals the late finish minus the duration, which equals 56. Since carpeting can't begin until painting ends, the latest the paint work can end equals 56. At this point,